Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? We are live. We got an exciting day. Today we got a full hand. We got my bro Matthew here. We got my boy Doreño. Oh, man, it's cracking. No don't, me no hablo. Let that play for a little bit. That's right. Every show brought to you by La Suprema Music. Like always, check out all our stuff. YouTube page, La Suprema South Central America. That's right, boy. All right, man. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody feels good today. As you can see, today I got a full house, and today I was able to trick Hank into being on camera. So what's up, Hank? How you feeling today?
What's up,
Man behind the scenes.
Shy boy. He's on the camera today. I tricked him. I had to do a whole thing. I'll tell you about it later, dog. Say what's up to my boy Doreño. ¿Qué onda, loco?
What's up?
¿Cómo está? Doreño's a rapper.
Tranquilo,
dog. I'm coming. He's right here from LA. Via Canada, via Toronto.
Canada.
Yeah, but he's an LA fool by now, dog. He's been out here for a gang of years, dog.
Fuck,
all right, man. So I'll let you know more about this fool in a minute, but like always, right, we like to get right into what we got going on. Remember to log into the chats, guys, so we can discuss, man. We love you guys chatting in and letting us know what you think. And remember to back us up to watch all our cool stuff. And I'm going to get right into it, okay? Oh, by the way, Choco was supposed to be here. He's a producer extraordinaire, Firehouse Music, but he got a little bit under the weather, man, so I hope you feel better, Choco. But anyway, let me get right back into the monologue, okay? So today's monologue is have kids, okay? Have kids. Babies, they're wonderful. They're great. Have as many as possible, as soon as possible. If you have not had one yet, what are you waiting for? Look at them. They're adorable. Look at the Olsen twins.
You're never ready.
People say you're never, all this other nonsense. Look, listen to me clearly. There is no accomplishment. There is no case that you're going to close, no file, no HR department that you're going to change that will matter in any way or be in any way near a biggest accomplishment as raising your children, okay? Right. That's just a fact. I feel like our society has been fooling everybody to think otherwise, but that is not the case, okay? Having children is the point of life, is the point of everybody nowadays is you got to be like nature. What being in nature does not procreate. That is the reason every species is out here doing that same thing, right? It's almost ridiculous that I actually even have to bring it up, right? But I worry because these things are happening, right? If you don't pay attention to the news, we are, our society, we're having less and less, our birth rates are declining, right? Not only here, but all over Western Europe, all over Europe, right? All over Russia. That's a big reason why Putin does the things he does, right? Because of his population decreasing, right? If people not continuing, right? People do have to replace other people. If people don't make things, then people don't buy things. If there's more people now, when they get old, they're not going to have things to buy, right? Look at Japan. Japan for a long time went through that, right? Their birth rates declined, and right now they have a generation of just a bunch of old people, right? There's also like a duty part to this, right? Like at one point, like I know that everybody nowadays, everybody's sold to live their best life, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Right, but at what point, when does that stop, right? Like I said this before, right? But like I always say, like a lot of people that listen to a lot of people are, everybody's connected to their ancestors. What is that? Whose phone is that? I'm sorry, keeps going back and forth.
Not mine.
But let's say that you're right? Let's say that you come from ancestors who struggled, who were, they were, natives, and then the Spaniards came and they survived that, and they survived the white man, and all the things that come, and they've made it through evolution, through every step of it. They survived the raids, and somehow they kept passing the seed over, right? Passing the seed over and over for generations.
Let me ask
you, right? Just for you to have your best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that really the point, dog? Isn't that a little bit selfish? Like, yeah, thank you. My parents came this struggle, and now I'm just gonna have one dog. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to we have to pass on the seed, right? So, and a lot of times people, they tell you that, where a lot of people say, like, so many mouths to feed, dog. Trust me, dog. When they come uno, comen otro, dog. Like, everybody can eat. You'll never not have enough, dog. Like, you'll never love, and like, you know what? Another thing that children bring, man, it's unconditional love. Right. Okay, you will love your children. You don't understand it. Like,
it's a different type of love.
But right now, I'm gonna offend some people, right? And I really don't mean to. And there are exceptions to the rule, like always, man. But in my opinion, dog, like, if you don't have children, you're not a complete person. You know what I'm saying? Now that doesn't mean that if you have children, you're a complete person, right? There's many puzzles to that, but you're always going to be missing that chunk, right? If you could be the best caterpillar in the world, right? You could be the ultimate caterpillar that goes around the world and is on the cover of Caterpillar Times and all that stuff, right? But you'll never be a butterfly, right? Like unconditional love. You can say that I know this. I know love because my parents, but you know what? That's based on what they've done for you.
Right.
Kids don't do nothing for you. They just take from you. You know what I'm saying? But you don't understand. There's I can't explain it until you have it. You know, you'll get it because every emotion, they bring every emotion out of you, right? Shame, anger, love, pride, you know, it's amazing, right? Have them. And most times people are like, no, you know, hey, everybody, freeze your egg. That's you know, people don't listen to these people on TV. I always tell people act like, oh, freezing your egg, all this like it's normal or it's cheap. It's those people who talk, they're so out of touch with reality that they bring these things up like, oh, like everybody can do it. No, you can't do it. It's highly expensive. It's also highly experimental. Okay, don't believe all the hype that everything is all figured out. It's not, you know.
I can't believe that's an option, bro.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's a crazy world we live in, right? And there's a lot of people. Like I said, I don't trust I don't trust childless leaders. Like you know, what's her name? Angela Merkel. She doesn't have people that don't have kids. Always have a lot of ideas for how kids should be. They always have a lot to say. They always have all kids should be. Do you have a kid? No. Okay, listen, dude. Until you have one, shut the fuck up. Okay, STFU. Okay, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people say like, oh, if you're not a woman, you shouldn't have no, if you don't have a child, you shouldn't have an opinion, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, about certain things regarding children, right? Now, once again, I don't mean to offend, and there are people who are exceptions to the rules. Okay, but you know, do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's your duty. Also, United States are, you know, divorces are like, what do you think makes a country? Like families make communities make a country, right? As men, you know, we're designed to do one thing, baby boy, all day, procreate, right? But once we form a family, we calm down, our testosterone goes down, you know, good or bad, right? You know, and then otherwise, dude, you know what will happen? Only the alpha males will be out here procreating with everybody, right? If we didn't have these certain rules and all that, you should be happy, you know what I'm saying? Because some of us would have more than others, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a good thing. It's why it's there, you know? You also need people to look after you. Like it's going to be, like I tell people, man, invest in cat food, guys. There's going to be a pandemic of cat ladies, man, like by themselves, and cat men. You know what I'm saying? There's just people with, you know, that are going to live by themselves, man. And then, you know, people, only family's going to care for you that way, man. You don't want to be stuck in some government program, somebody wiping your butt that doesn't know you. They get paid $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what makes connections. That's what makes, you know, you have this resources. Family right now, I have actually through it kind of sad, man. A lot of my family's moving away from LA, you know, and it makes me realize how much I had, you know. It's like they're all going, you know, God bless them. They're going to different places, and I worry about them because they don't have the, you know, right here we have it on lock. Anything I need in this area, I can get, you know, be it help, a weapon, you know what I'm saying, whatever, anything that I need, I have access to resources, you know. And that's all because we've been here for a while already, right? And you spread out, man. So, family is important, ladies and gentlemen. Right. So that is my monologue for the day. Have children as soon as possible. Ladies, what do you guys think, fellas?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's something that I don't know. To me, it was like, I have 2 kids, right? It was more like an instinct, like, yo, I feel I need them.
You feel you need them, right? Like,
you know, and it was at the end of the day, when I realized you're never ready for them, you're never fucking ready.
You're never ready for them.
You gotta just throw yourself in the shit.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, it was.
I think that's another.
At the end of the day, I got things because of them that I would never had on my own.
Absolutely,
you know
absolutely. I think that's another idea too. That we're gonna prep for it, and and I don't think that you could ever prep for it. You can't. It happens when it happens.
They all come out crazy, different personalities.
And we all, and you know, a lot of people are giving up, waiting for my boss to appreciate my sincerity. Like everybody's giving it up for people. You know, like why you're not having kids for your career, career. And then you know what? There's a big difference between a job and a career. How many people really? A career is like a lawyer, a doctor. Right. A lot of people, you just have a really good job,
right?
That will one day replace you. And then you're gonna have nobody that cares about you. You're not gonna have that little position. Your job might become obsolete. Your industry might change. That happens all the time too, especially in the times we live in now with technology, man. So,
I mean, like there is that percent of people that want to live without kids, and
that's because they don't know no better. They don't know no better. Really.
No, and that's cool. Live your life. I get that.
Yeah.
all I'm saying, and as corny as it sounds, is there is a different appreciation to life once you have kids. I think there's a different outlook.
Okay.
And as corny as that sounded, when I was being told that, and I didn't buy into it, I had a kid, and then what? It changed. Like,
once you have them, you can't regret them, motherfucker.
And you know what?
Right,
you take me out of your situation, right?
Yeah, man. All right, for time's sake, we're gonna move on, but
right,
yeah, man. Everybody live their
kids
you know, the thing is that everybody's trying to be the exception to the rule nowadays. There's too many people, right? So more people have kids. But anyway, here are my kids real quick. Yeah, my kids. Look how beautiful they are. Look at them. All right. Moving on, we're gonna go to the news, gentlemen. We're gonna move on to everybody's favorite segment. Here's your boy, Czaleo Burgundy. Cienfuegos with my co-anchor today, Doreño, Alexis de la Cruz, Burgundy, Casavet, Casanova.
What it is.
All right, man, the news of the day. One thing that's in everybody's mind is gas and inflation, right? What's really got me pissed off, man, these days, there's a big report coming out on Friday, the gas inflation report, guys. That's going to really, it's going to really set the tone for a lot of things coming up, mortgage rates and all that, man. Be on the lookout for that. Check out the show, Brown Wealth Radio, man. Those guys get down every Wednesday, man. They'll tell you more about that information, man. Really smart guys, man. So check them out. But I know that that's affecting everybody. And what pisses me off, like I said, there's no plan. There's no lack of leadership. They're just blaming people. There's nothing going on, man. And it really pisses me off because I know the last administration would have had a plan of action at the very least, okay?
It's all on you on knowing how to adapt because there's too much bullshit going on. If you can't adapt, you're fucked.
Yeah, man. Moving on to what we talked about last week is the shooting there in Uvalde. Just to kind of touch really quick on the latest, right? We had a really good reaction. Everybody was, we had a great conversation with my guy Ozzy. Shout out to Ozzy. But it looks like it's still a big shit show, right? It looks like now the police are covering up, right? Like they're covering up. They don't want anybody to know what they did. The moms are coming out saying how they ran up in there, right? What have you guys heard, dog? Have you guys been following that?
No, I have not been following that.
Didn't it just boil down to like the cops knowing when to jump in and when not to like go in the?
I mean, there's so many things.
It's kind of that shit whole pissed me off. So I don't really
the whole scenario, that whole like 18 with weapons. First,
that's
of all,
crazy.
Man, like,
kids in the mix. After talking about kids, having kids, and this
like those fools, they're like right now that those cops do, they're under the freaking microscope. Dog. Right now, from what I hear, they're like because one of them was also elected to office. They're like right now like it's cover up mode. Like
so when does when do you take your instinct away from what you've been taught? You know what I mean? Like when how do you know when to make that decision? Right? I think they can blame it on the book now. Like
it's hard,
especially when there was lady because there's all these ladies, all these parents who ran up.
Yeah, the parents you can't give them an explanation. The kids are gone.
Yeah, man. No, but there was parents who ran up in there who like while they were waiting.
I would have ran.
Their parents are making them look pretty bad, man. And now there's one lady they're trying to arrest her for talking too much, So it's a mess, man. So I hope they clear that up, man. Other things going on in the world today is elections. Today's election day. We're voting for governor here in the state of California. I know my brother Matthew's here today. He's learning from my boy Hank's going to be gone a couple of weeks. So we got my brother Matthew. Matthew, come in the screen real quick so everybody can see you. My baby bro Matt right here. Come in, dog. Come in. Where you at? Yeah, look at him. Making my beard look good. Hey, I'm going to tell you, let's talk about that, dog. I'm your older brother. I'll tell you, come in. That's a real alpha move of you coming with that monster. I appreciate that shit. Hey.
One thing I got on him.
But geez, no, that's a good looking beard, dog. So that's my boy, man. So you were telling me, right? You voted. You got a governor. You voted for governor. Somebody you really like?
Yes, I voted for Michael Schellenberger. I kind of like his ideas. Looks like he wants to clean up homelessness, which it's been a big problem, and a lot of our taxes are going to those.
He's the one they started building them already.
Yeah, he wrote San Francisco. So I've been really interested because homelessness it's a big issue. Venice is ridiculous.
Right. Oh wow, it's crazy.
So he kind of has a plan, and he's gonna it looks like he's going to execute. It's like we need to get rid of the people that are not. He's like, I'm not afraid of firing them because I need to get the job done.
That's what we're talking about.
That is something like they're trying. It looks like to me they're trying to sweep under the rug, but that's like you see that every day. You drive
man. And then the mayor race too. I know that there's the mayor's race, right? There's a lot of talk with that too. There's the Richard gentleman who hopefully he says he's going to clean that up too. So go out there. We actually had a Sonny Lord, that guy. He was speaking of Venice. He was running for city councilman, District 11. Go and vote for him. He's a good guy. Joe Collins is a friend of our show. Go and vote for my guy Joe too. We like them very much, but vote for who you like for, right? But just make sure you go out there and do your civic duty and cast the vote. Okay. Moving on real quick, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals real quick. Look at they're kind of going on, right? Yep. It's crazy because of an LA fan, there could not be two worse teams, right? But man, you know, they're going, man. But one thing again, too, their ratings were going up, and then they messed them up, right? After Steve Kerr came out talking about the guns, now they dropped it again. Now everybody, like, guys, I tell people, man, you have to cater to your audience. You cannot lecture your audience. Steve Kerr, be quiet, dog. Like, just coach the team, dog. Coach the team. Yeah. Just focus on that, dog, and get them ratings up, okay? Don't mess up the bag. You can't mess up the money. You can't, whatever I do, don't. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you. If you don't listen to me, then that's on you, dog, but I'm trying to help you. You can't mess up the money, all right? All right, speaking more about sports, Matia, I want to talk about Alianza El Salvador, campeones del Salvador, yeah, Alianza, greatest team, nobody cares for me, but who cares? That's my squad. Alianza, Fito Celaya, we would have gone to the World Cup if we would have played, but we did it, so I'm hopefully we're going to make it to the next one, dog, but Fito's a great player, dog. Another story I want to talk to you about real quick, too, this happened like a week ago, man, this Virginia Tech football player, man, he had been, long story short, dog, he got acquitted, dog. So he had went out with somebody who thought was a woman, and then he woke up and it was a man, dog, and he beat him to death, dog. You know? So he had gone to jail, dog, and then that's wild, dog. You know, like, what do you think, dog? To me, dog, dog, like to me, dog, like that's equivalent to rape, dog. If you lie to somebody and you're a man, dog, and you know. That's equivalent to that. He shouldn't have got. That's terrible what he did. Should be able to get charged for that shit. But bro, that's a violation, dog. That's not in any way cool, bro. Like, I don't know. You gotta do your research, dog, before you try to get some pussy, like, you know. Dog, that's a dude. Like you've changed that. You made a decision for that person, dog. Because now, you know what I'm saying. Now they're you know what I'm saying. No matter what they say, they're, you know what I'm saying. Like, hey, I don't know. What's done is done, dog. So crazy stuff. Like Ronaldo, dog. They all end up getting caught up in the same shit. Dog. All right, man. So last thing I'm gonna move on is to the meme of the day. Okay, and the meme of the day is this. Okay, it has all these. If you look at it, it has a bunch of corporation logos, rainbows. You know, in the rainbows, right? But if you look at it, it's actually like a Skynet, right? Genet for the one from LexCorp, from Superman, Gen from Jurassic Park. Umbrella, they're the other ones from the video games, right? They're actually a bunch of like famous corporations that are in video games and movies, right? But just to let you show, like, they're still evil corporations. Right, like one thing I tell people. One thing, excuse me, another chunty moment, man. Ace, big shout out to you, big dog. What's up, man? But yeah, guys, listen, guys. You know, I always tell people, like, if you think you're part of the revolution and Starbucks and every corporation is with you, you're not the revolution, right? Okay, guys. If every corporation and every logo, everything is agreeing with you, then it's not. You're not the revolution. Yeah. Like, you know, people today that I feel like they fail to realize that the counterculture is now the dominant culture, right? Like, you are the man, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how things have flipped, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are the powers that be. So, like, don't fall for this. Like, don't just, they're still, you know, they just hide things, you know what I'm saying? But Americans seem to eat that up. Americans seem to really love that. You know, they don't seem to resist that too hard, in my opinion, dog. So, they need that shit. Yeah, dog. So that's the meme of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that makes you guys think. All right. Wonderful, gentlemen. So great segment, man. We're going to be moving on. Okay. Y entonces, how you feeling, Dore? I'm feeling good, dog. I'm actually watching you work, dog. All right. Thank you, dog. Right here, seeing the magic right here, dog. All right. So we're going to move on to everybody's favorite subject. Everybody's favorite. Here come the beat. You know, hip hop heads. If I ruled the world, okay. If Caesar Leo ruled the world, this is something that I would put a hand in. What I would try to fix, what I would try to change. You know, we vary from fun stuff to serious stuff to all kind of stuff, man. But this is something that bothers me because, you know, as we're all getting older, we have parents getting older, right? We're living in times where we're supposed to be in health crises. But one thing that I think there's a big problem, and you know what, Matthew, you worked in the medical industry before. I've worked in the medical industry too. So what I would change the world if I ruled the world, I would fix the medical industry, right? I feel that Western medicine is about keeping you sick, right? Our whole approach is get sick, then come get this pill, right? Medicine should be preventionary, right? You should not go to the doctor, right? But here in America, right here, because of big pharma, you know, it's all about diagnosing, coming and getting the pill, right? Nobody wants to go run. It's about avoiding health crisis is not fixing it after, right? Another thing that I think that is a big thing that people don't talk about enough is like medical school. In order to be a doctor, I have family members that I've been blessed through my wife. She has an impressive family line. A couple of doctors have come out, right? They haven't told me this, but I've thought about this, right? But and other things like, in order to be a doctor, dog, you guys know it takes like 12 years, right? And it takes a bunch of money, dog. When doctors come out, they're saddled with debt, okay? They are saddled with debt, right? So you come out, dog, you're already 30-something, right? You spent all these years, you owe all this money, right? Are you going to be like the TV doctors like House? Are you going to come in there and be like, I'm going to change the game of medicine? We're going to do it. No, you're going to fucking do what you're told. Okay. Yeah. So they set it up. So, like I say, doc, they're just like mechanics. They just sell drugs. Like a lot of we're talking about homelessness earlier, dog. Those are drug problems, dog. Caused by who? By doctors, dog, and opiates that were given out by the millions, dog. Okay. There's something wrong in our system there, right? There's no room there's only room for what the boards say, right? Like, and those things are corrupt like anything, right? One thing about science and medicine, people always like scientists we all look back at the people from 50 years ago and they were all stupid. What do you think about medicine? Right? Like there's a lot of corruption within medical boards and all that. Like, so, medical boards and licensing and all that, like there are gatekeepers and all that, right? Feel free to chime in if anybody knows more about this than me, right? But this is things that I've seen, right? And even the whole thing, like I've worked in 4 fields in my life: education, the medical field, finance, and entertainment. Those were the 4 that I spent the most time. And then what I learned from all of them is that everything's a show and everything is a lie. Everything is about money. Okay, including it's all about billing that insurance company. Okay,
the people just want a quick fix. They don't really want to look in and see where the actual issue is coming from. Right.
Right. Yeah, they don't want to.
They want that quick fix. Just send me something. Let me get the fuck back on my way.
Straight up.
I think everybody has their own part in to change that shit. Because like you really want to know what your issue is and not just try to mask the symptom, right?
Right.
You want to know what the fuck you need. What's wrong with you?
But once you get that pill, you're like,
the pill makes you feel like, oh shit, fuck, let's go, let's roll, let's roll. Yeah,
going back to the medical school, right? So one thing is that, and like Caesar mentioned, there's a lot of people that they do want to be innovative. They want to bring, they do want to help society. But another thing that the students don't take in consideration once they're in the doctors, they have to be really compliant. Right. So they have to like for you be under laws, forward, so while you're defending yourself and like, I did diagnose her correctly. That takes you a lot of time and kind of pulls you away for the real reason why you want to be a doctor.
Yeah, they're like follow-up plan is really kind of steering you away from.
You end up, it becomes like a job. Like, doctors today, they're not passionate like they were. You know what I'm saying? They're all trying to get to go on vacation in Cancun and get their, it's
and like correct me if I'm wrong, like don't they get a check at the end of the whatever quarter because of all the people they've referred to?
100%. It's a drug. There's just front man. Like big pharma is a big part of it. Pharmaceutical sales.
Hey, it's a big money.
What the worst part is, dude, like I said, now,
bro.
I feel like right now there's a religion called scientism, right? Scientism. What happens in our like Fauci and that fool, right? What happens, like we people always like, you can't question. I feel like to me everybody's just people. Like I feel like I don't know, I might sound conceited, right? But I feel like I can do anything. Anything that I wanted to. Like I could be. The reason I'm not a doctor is because I didn't want to be a doctor. But if I really said no, I don't want to be a doctor, I'll memorize all the shit. Like it's not impossible. Or a mechanic or a science, whatever I wanted to do. You just got to sit down and read the books and pass the test. You know what I'm saying? So like, but we put them in this high altar, like, oh, it's a doctor. Like they're like the priest of our society. They can do no wrong. No, they're regular people, right? You guys, or how about there's no room for like, remember Dr. Sebi? Well, rest in peace, Nipsey, right? Sebi?
Yeah, rest in peace.
He had all the herbal, there are those things, right? But they ignore them.
Catracho,
Lisa Lopez.
Lisa Lopez.
She was died.
She died
when she was going to see him. When she died, that's she was going to see him.
That's right, huh?
She was going to see him.
That was the first actual mainstream.
He's from he was
Honduras.
Yeah,
Catracho. Shout out to our Catrachos.
What's up?
And that's crazy.
That's something that I think needs serious help, dog. I think that there needs to be, like I said, there's like, you can't question. Everybody's like, but they're like anybody. They get into debt. They have divorces, right? You can tell, dog. Sometimes you can tell, I've had different levels in my life where I've had different types of insurances, Sometimes when I've had the bad insurance, dog, it's like you're just in and out that mug.
That is just another form of control at the end of the day, really to guide you.
Yeah, man. And then like I said, you should always get a lot of opinions, right? And then it's like I'm somebody who like when you have kids, right? to me, old wives' knowledge is way more fucking valid than any doctor ever. Like when people say, like, you shouldn't go out in an eclipse or don't have nobody look at you. That listen to if whatever ethnicity you're in, listen to your old ladies before you listen to the doctor. They know what they're doing. Okay, they trust me. That old knowledge is better, dog. I 100% believe that all the way.
I think that a lot of it has to do with what we expect, right? What we want. We want that fast, and a lot of with herbal stuff, it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be a treatment.
The real treatment
it's going to get you there. It's going to get you, but it's not going to be overnight. And a lot of it has to do with your health, how you eat.
Right.
You eat. You can't take herbal stuff but go eat McDonald's every day and feel that
right. That's what you put into your body.
It's not gonna work.
You know what? Real quick, I had a comment in the comments. Going back to says we got 2 minutes before the commercial. What about people who can't have kids? Or they never complete their whole? Listen, you can have a full life, right? But you're always going to be missing. I'm going to be 100% real. Like I said, people who have kids, that doesn't mean they're complete either, right? But that's one thing that's like part of the checklist. To have the full life experience, to have the full experience of life, it's one part, dog, that you just can't miss it. That you can't skip that. There's no skipping that blue belt to get to the black belt, dog. Like that's a giant chunk of it. That's just my opinion, big. Whoever God's favorite. Thank you for listening, man. Much love to you.
That's a good question.
We're coming down.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. And then there's a difference between people who can't. Sometimes people can't, right? But then there's a reason for that too. Like I said, not everybody should, but if you can, you should, right? We shouldn't just throw it away like it's easy, right? Because it's so weird that that's the big struggle of all of life. And as soon as we figure out how to do it, we just stop having kids, and that's how populations decline. And that's serious for like war in the future. There's bigger repercussions to declining populations that you need to look into. There's a responsibility to it, right? Well, as a country, we need to move on. Thank you guys very much. A few seconds. We'll be right back. Yeah, my boy doing it.
Fat wallet, parlaholic, bottle logic, clean fading up, fat pocket, don't trust the fool that ain't jocking. If they ain't hating, they ain't watching. 918, she's not an option. Fat wallet, parlaholic, bottle logic, clean fading up, fat pocket.
Are you trying to buy a home, car, or make other investments and being discriminated against because of your credit score? At credit909.com, our professionals can help you remove judgments, student loans, child support, medical bills, and other erroneous and negative items on your credit report. Call 800-752-9763 today for a free credit analysis and consultation, or text credit to 909-688-5461.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl Jules from the Primos Chidos. Did you know that recent studies have proven that the Primos Chidos radio increases life expectancy and loss of weight? So make sure to catch us every Thursday at 12 p.m. on the TGN Latinx station.
Hey, Michael, that's a dope-ass shirt. What is that?
You know what it is. I only rock the flyest gear, and the flyest gear can be found with TGN Radio.
Where did you get it?
TGNradio.net. Go onto the page, click TGN Shop Store, and you can get everything you need.
I'm getting mine right now. Make sure y'all do the same. Go get your TGN merch. Enjoy your show.
It's back, Jax. Have you heard? It's back.
Michael, what are you talking about? What's back?
The podcast pit. It is returning Monday, May 23rd. Brand new venue.
Oh my God, the podcast pit is back. Exciting. Where's it at?
It's going to be at Jox's Daily at 7:30 p.m.
I know where that's at. That's at 11168 Washington Boulevard in Culver City.
So, Jax, will I see you there?
Oh, you know it, baby.
Yo, this is Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, and even though they extra as hell, check out Never Not Extra on TGN Network.
That's right.
Y'all gotta have notes, cue cards, teleprompter.
Hey, beautiful people. It is the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devante.
And it's me, Kelvin Unique, and we are the Get Right Radio Show.
Here on TGN Talk. Are you going to church on Sunday?
Hell no, I'll be right here live at 10. We got all the celebrity entertainment news with my favorite segment.
Bitch, you better read.
And you know, of course, I'm going to get you right and get you out that door spiritually with some Uniquely Speaking.
Oh, I need it. The kids need it. And this is why y'all need to tune into us every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. here only on TGN Talk.
Hey everyone, it's the Primos Chidos.
Hopefully you're enjoying this show, but if it sucks, be sure to check out our show, live Thursdays at 12.
Yeah, join me and my sister and basically my brother as we discuss everything from immigration to ejaculation.
If that sounds interesting, then we're the show for you.
Warning, the following podcast features discussion of sensitive topics, graphic content, and uncensored stupidity. Unless otherwise stated, sensitive content is not discussed by professionals or experts. Warning, the following podcast features discussion of sensitive topics, graphic content, and uncensored stupidity.
Not a monster. Famous last name, you are not a monster. Crab meat nigga, you are not lobster. And no
Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Czaleo Knows It All. Second half hour of 3. Here we go, baby. Here we go. We're moving on, man. We're looking good. You know what? We got some comments that came in. Let me address them real quick. Thank you, guys. Love when everybody, chips in. Renee Sanchez, Rennie from BS from Brown Street. Yeah, that's right. From the Investor Show. Check it. What's up, big dog? Good to see you, big dog. Enzo, I feel you, Caesar. I wanted to play a quarterback from Inglewood High School. I could do it. Yeah, he could, man. Enzo has a natural athlete, dog. You couldn't be focused. Took us years and thousands of dollars due to infertility, but our child was worth every bit of it. All 100%, dog. So there you go, man. Exactly, man. Parenting, right? It's 100% worth it, man. I'm so happy to hear that, man. That's great, man. That's awesome, man. Congratulations to you guys. That's what Enzo was referring to. Yeah, when you said I could do anything. Exactly. Anything you put your mind to it, you can freaking do it, man. All right. So thanks, guys. That's freaking dope, man. All right. So now we're gonna move on to everybody's actual favorite segment.
Which one?
Which is the great. Here we go. Hey.
Great fucking move.
I love that so much. That makes me so happy. The great fucking movie of the week.
Great fucking movie.
All right. The great fucking movie of the week is this one. Cocaine Cowboys, dog. Cocaine Cowboys is a freaking dope. Let me play the trailer for you guys. And then I'll have some pictures and I'll tell you more about it, man. But let me play this trailer for you guys. I'll play it in pieces, man, because that's how it goes.
Miami is a major transportation center and is easily reached by all forms of travel. The Latin American influence has given Miami a unique flavor.
In the 70s,
what happened?
everybody was smuggling pot in. The Colombians realized they had a gold mine here. Everybody that before was doing these pot things was now into doing cocaine.
The Colombians threw a number at us, $3,000 a kilo. In their first trip, we got paid $1.2 million.
Popular. It was everywhere. Clubs, restaurants, it was just everywhere. They made far more money, the Colombians, in a far shorter time than the mafia ever dreamed.
The Federal Reserve Bank in Miami generated a surplus of $5 billion, more money than all of the other Federal Reserve combined.
So yeah, man, that's a little preview of it, man. So long story short, man, this movie is so dope, man, because of what it does. It tells the tale of the cocaine, how cocaine came to the United States in the 80s, but from the Miami perspective, right? And then so let me give you some background about this one, man. So I remember when this one came out. Remember last week we were talking about LA Weekly, and I was so whack. I remember back in the days, I saw this in the movie theaters. Yeah, I saw this before it even came out. Like it was like, it was like I saw that Lamel's, right? To let you know how fucking hip I am, right? It was just an underground DVD. So even before it came out on DVD, then it came out in the theater, right? Because it was like this street thing, right? And it was made by this guy called Billy Corbin. He has a studio called Raconteur Films. He's dope, man. He's the one that made the ESPN films about the University of Miami, the U ones. Like he does dope things about his town. He loves his town. He loves to tell Miami tales. So this is the story of, it's like so many different characters, right? And one of the most interesting ones, dog, is this guy called John Roberts, dog. He has a book that came out that I bought. It's called American Desperado. If you ever want to read a book that will change your life, dog, by this guy, he was one of the white guys that had the connections. Him and this guy called Mickey Monday, who was this wild desperado, dog, So how they started coming. They were like these white, they ran in Miami, the circles then. They had this guy called Max Mermelstein who ended up being like, he was married to the Colombians, so they're the white guys who got in. And then Mickey Monday, he was like a real country guy from Florida. He wasn't from Miami, he was a Florida boy. Like Florida, they say is weird. They say the north is really, the northern part of Florida is the south. Okay. If you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like country boys, right? Yeah. But that fool was like, he would do like Mickey Mouse to the plains, and even at the end when they all get caught, that fool was like and when everything goes down, he escapes and he was alive in the bayou for like 7 years. He hid out in the bayou until they finally caught his ass. Wow. He's still alive. John Roberts died, right? But dude, their story, John Roberts, dude, that book, it tells you some, jaw-dropping tales of excess and money, right? Like,
what's the name of the book?
It's called American Desperado. It will change your life, dog. for the better. So all those things happen, right? It's their tales, right? And also dope because it's told like from the reporters, from the people who were in it, from this guy called Rivi Ayala, who was like the main killer, right? This Cuban kid. He was like Cuban American, right? He was from Chicago, you know. He tells his whole story. He was like a playboy, and how he tells it, like, really, I had to have a white girlfriend just because of Scarface. Like, this is what got Scarface to come out. This is what like the stories that inspired the show, right? Hold on 1 second. Right?
That had a lot of influence.
So it was, you know, a lot of things you've seen today, and a big another character in that is a lady named Griselda Blanco, right? Did I have her picture up here? Let me see. Griselda, like you've heard of her, like you've seen every movie, all these movies out now, all these La Reina del Sur and all that stuff, and all these ideas, all these shows that seem like, oh, this crazy lady. This is where the idea comes from. This is where they all got it from. Okay, she's this Colombian, like she's straight evil lady, man. She was like, she killed like 3 husbands. They called her like, what was the word? Like the Black Widow. Because like
Colombian neckties,
yeah. So like, and then she would just kill. She was, and her whole thing was like, I just spray every. I think I had this clip.
I feel like back then Colombia's got a bad name because of her, because all the crazy shit.
She was the one that really was hit, bro, doing all the hits.
We didn't have no plans on starting killing people. It turned out our later, but
like when nothing else fails.
which went by where we're Jacaranda, Colombia. I said we gotta go.
So anyway, well, that was him talking about. They just killed, and like her whole thing was like, I kill everybody. She was like, I spray the whole table. She like, this is, she was like, she laughs about it, right? Like that's how she recruited them. She was just like cold-blooded killer, and at the time it was like surprising to the world, right? Like when the cops talk about her, like he was like, we couldn't believe it, that it was this lady that was doing it, you know. So she's just straight gangster, man. Like just the whole movie, and it's like, and they also, that movie, the way that they tell the tales in that movie, it's similar to the one I thought they copied from the Kid Stays in the Picture, the way that they tell the tale with the pictures, how the pictures move and all that. They wouldn't have done that without the movie that I told you about last week.
Are you linking?
Oh, yeah, it all connects.
Are you connecting dots here?
The mind of Caesar Leo, gentlemen. What do you guys? Do you guys have memories of that movie when that came out?
Oh man.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Cocaine Cowboy.
Oh fuck yeah. That's the one that made you like really want to go buy another brick and stay
Straight up,
selling
dog.
drugs, dog. Like I'm not even
Straight
fucking
up.
bullshit.
Straight up, dog.
I was just amazed.
Hey, the way
straight
the
up.
dude went out bought a plane. That's the one that bought the plane, right?
He buys. Oh man, he buys.
He's the one that really set it all up. Like
Him and his girl got in a fight with
I bought a
Mercedes.
plane. Yeah, so then they make it sound like I just bought a plane.
Yeah,
it's just simple.
Yeah, like you
feeding the whole, America with the fucking code.
No, this is great tales, man.
Hey, man.
How they strategized, how they were moving stuff. They said that they would have someone driving with a open bottle in case that
way they planned
they would spill it and be like, it was, and they would know that there's feds upstairs, upstairs.
It was dope. You know what is dope, because it shows like everything was still wide open. Like it was before everything. It was almost like the city, everything was still innocent. Miami was just wide open. LA was white. Like before everybody knew that was a big show how battle. They did how they would do it in tow trucks. Like before the government really knew what was happening. So they were like, dude, they would just have so much like ridiculous money. Like you can't
Stash
even
houses.
Yeah, like okay. So thank you. So what sucks? It was. I remember that. What sucks about stuff like this, because like I used to like be into all this cocaine stuff a long time ago. You always what sucks about being ahead of the wave. Like now I can't. People watch narco stuff. I'm always like, this is like old to me and shit. Like even like the movie NWA, I always still have like I already read these stories years ago. To me, all this stuff is like
that's
why
all this recycled shit doesn't have the same amount of allure. Like
right.
Yeah,
it was just a different time.
Yeah, man. But
all right, so
it's about, and it's just like about regular Colombian cats, dog. It's just like it could have easily been Guatemalan cats or something. Depending, they were just that's like
Colombians are grimy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Colombia.
Straight up.
Shout out.
Straight up. Last week we get the shout out to
the homegirl Shelly. She Colombian.
There you go. All right, man. Cool, man. All right, man. So that's if you get a chance, guys, watch this. It's a documentary. It's great. And then there have been sequels, but I don't think none of them are as good. The OG one is the OG one, and if you can read John Roberts' book, American Desperado, it's definitely a dope read, man. All right, man. Moving along nicely, man. Aquí estamos with my boy Dore, international rap sensation, music musician, the gifted musician. All right, so now we're gonna go into.
I've just been given this burden.
Yeah, that's right, big dog. You have, man. La Suprema, man. So, but let me go into the next, the rabbit hole.
All right,
the rabbit hole. Are you ready to go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy with me, Dore?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Today we're gonna get into something that is always fascinating. We're gonna go into a rabbit hole of a place called Atlantis. Ooh. Okay, the ancient tale. So let me give you a little bit of background.
Aquaman.
Right? So Atlantis is a fabled city that is supposedly it's fiction, but that's where the big thing is. People say it's a real place, right? Because it was first described in Plato, right? Plato did he was a great writer, right? In one of his writings, he describes this great city, right? He describes it as this place that was it was not utopia, right? It was a warfaring city, right? That was just like at the peak of technology, right? They lived, it was somewhere in that, like he describes exactly where it is, right? It's like somewhere in the Atlantic, and it was like it had technology ahead of everybody. It had won wars. It was like the shining city of all, right? But they got caught in their hubris. Hubris meaning like us now, like they're so confident they were bigger than the earth, right? Then from one day to the next, they were just like destroyed.
Blew themselves away.
They like people don't know if they blew themselves up or if some kind of catastrophe happened, right? And it was sunken, never to be seen again. But their technology, like it was all lost, right? So then he actually got this story from from Egyptians. Okay. Right, so then he passed it on, and even like in the story, because the way he wrote it, he's not actually writing that he saw it. He's writing like if you write a scene about like two guys talking about something. Okay. So in that when the two guys, and that's why there's like a lot of mystery of was it true or was it not true, right? But there's a lot of things that make it seem true, right? For example, who do you guys know? Troy, right? The city of Troy. This is the Trojan horse, right? You guys have heard that story, right? Homer and the Homer, right? Homer and the Iliad. Homer, right? For those of you who are educated folks, right? And the Iliad. So people thought that Troy was fake for lots of years. People thought that was bullshit, right? But like in the 70s, they discovered it. So they were like, "Oh my, Troy, you can go to it today." And like the whole story of Troy was not bullshit. It actually happened, right? So that's what people started saying. Well, maybe other things are true, right? There's a lot of interesting people and a lot of like new. That's why we say science and all that shit. Like it's all scientism. It's all just people, man. Right? There's this guy named Graham Hancock. This was dope. He's been on Joe Rogan, right? He does all these things about this idea called like this idea of this thing called like the Younger Dryas, which is like I think it was like some extinction level event that happened, right? Which is funny when you look at it. It just proves that there was floods and all that stuff, like kind of like what the Bible says, right? So like, if you ask me, dog, there's a lot of things I want to say, right? But like, I feel like history for sure we don't know what happened, dude. I feel like there's been other ancient things in the past that I think that every like 1,000 years fucking things like reset. And that's why I think like ancient Bible and ancient knowledge or religion, it's ancient knowledge. Like I feel like we all have like memories in our DNA that we all share, right? That we don't even know, right? There's certain things that you connect, right? There's certain people that they see things about certain time periods and they feel like I've been there before, right?
I think whoever has that information is only going to leak out what benefits them.
But I've heard that theory before of the consciousness that we share in our dream state, and it's places that are not here.
Right.
I think they wouldn't tell us if Atlantis was found because they were really on some technology.
Yeah. So
that's what they want to keep for themselves.
Yeah, right.
They were on horse and saddle.
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it because people are like, well, there's a lot of lost cities under the ground. Like they found a lot. Who cares? Like, no, the thing is what they said. Like supposedly what he writes about the technology they had. Like they had energy sources that were like ridiculous, right? And then you know what? Speaking of that, like because I always feel like even the movies we make, we're projecting things that are gonna happen. Like they may always make all these movies about like the future famines, and that's why I don't like all those fucking movies because we're always projecting that. But we've made movies about like other like a mix of of like futuristic societies that look still kind of old school, right? Like I feel like there's been different people that figured out how to fly and move, but in different ways, right? But they were destroyed, like all the ancient pyramids, the Nazca lines, and all that stuff. Hey, like it all connects.
I seen some real quick. I seen some funny shit that was like the Jetsons and the Flintstones were in the same time period. Did you see that?
Oh, I've seen something like that.
I remember that.
They're in the same universe.
Really
yeah.
They ate shit, but while the other ones really moved on, moved up.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dog. I have seen that shit. Is dope. That's a dope one, dog. That's fucking. You know what? So there's another thing that's happened that's really like changed. There's a thing called Gobletki Tepe. So long story short, they found like this new place, that it redates everything. Like everything is always like, oh, we know that man started, and this is the way the timeline has gone. Like this place got discovered like in 2012, and it changes everything. It's the oldest site. They had technology. They had things that were cut. They had buildings. So it's changed everything, right? And it's led for people to start asking, like, I'm sure you guys heard about Anunnaki and shit like that, right? But there's all kind of stories right there, right? But Atlantis is a good one because it gets you thinking about possibilities, right? And then because it was like thousands and thousands of years before the time that he's even telling the tale, right? But it's just like a tale that was told down and down and down. So a lot of people are obsessed with trying to find, and there's all kind of theories about. There's even a theory that it's in Cuba, right? Which doesn't make sense though, because off the shore, right?
I've heard that.
But then there's like there's like
and it's like at the end of the day, we already know how far they got.
Man,
They know where it's at.
You know, they
You think so?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so, dog. I think it's still a mystery, dog.
Well,
Or that it's Antarctica.
We have more knowledge of space than the ocean, so it may be a fucking mystery still. But I really
Because the thing is, like, how do you penetrate
know.
the water, dog? You can't penetrate.
LiDAR, not radar. LiDAR.
Right.
LiDAR will fucking penetrate even deeper than radar. You know what I mean? It's out
Right.
there, bro.
It's out there, huh?
Google Maps. It's all
technology.
Because I know it'll be the treasure hunt of all treasure hunts, right? It'll be like there has to be valuable
Treasure
shit.
hunt of all treasure hunts.
I've gone to a point where like even spacecraft is grown. It's not even manufactured. Like depending on the civilization, like bro, it goes deep. But you know, that's another fucking show.
Yeah, dog, you said spacecrafts are grown?
Are grown and they're not manufactured because they're like what is it? What are we again?
Biochemicals.
No, but it's like it's the word I'm looking for. I'm fucking
Mushrooms?
No, but anyway, they're grown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
also,
It's
like
I'm
the,
gonna find out where I'm letting you know right now.
some of the other lessons that come from the stories, like about hubris, right? About being about societies, you know, not being thankful, right, or thinking that you're greater than God. Like some of those lessons are also learned in that story, right? But it's just really cool, interesting stuff, man. Atlantis, where could it be? Did it really exist? Where did that technology go? And if we had it today, what would we do with it, right? Atlantis, it's a super dope.
I love the whole
rabbit hole.
the whole mystery. The Atlantis,
yeah, man, it's cool. And there's been a lot of great movies. There's animated movies. There's a lot of movies that kind of, you know, like I always think I would like to be like, if I was like a billionaire, that's what I would do, some shit like that. Like,
right.
I like hire a team and be like, I want to dope this boat. Let's go find Atlantis.
James Cameron,
just because I got the money and shit.
James Cameron went to the Mariana Trench.
Shit like that is dope to me.
What was
Like that.
Christopher Columbus?
Yeah, straight up.
What was Christopher Columbus?
The way to look at it, dog.
With less shit to work with. Actually, yeah,
hey, let me get some money together. Let me go find this America that everybody talks about.
Ahorita regreso.
All right, gentlemen. Okay, next we're gonna move on to one of thing that I like to get in here. Things your dad should have taught you.
I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible. It's like your little friends across the street, they don't have anybody to show them how to do that. They don't. You're gonna see how they end up too.
All right, Furious Styles from Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, Furious.
That's who he is, dog. You know,
I remember.
Played by the legendary. Who's that?
His daughter was a
Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, right?
I knew.
All right, man. This is one that my dad taught me. Okay, if you guys know, my brother Matthew's here, right? And my brother is a testament to this because my daddy was a Rolling Stone. My dad spread his seed to this earth, right? He did his part to keep the population up, right? Yeah. He's a legend, right? But one thing he always told me, man, he had a lot of lessons on the ladies, right? He always told me one thing. He always told me, mijo, a las mujeres hay que amarlas, okay? A las mujeres hay que amarlas. What that translates to, gentlemen, is love your women. Okay,
that's right.
Any woman who's with you, right? Women are wonderful, right? And all their shades and all their ways, right? Can we agree on that, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Any woman who's with you should always look back on her time with you as some of the best times in her life. There's no reason to ever make an enemy of a woman, right? Any woman, the time that you spend with her, the time that she gives to you, be thankful. Treat her with the utmost respect. Treat her like the queen that she is for giving, you know, that part of herself. Whatever she gives to you, you know, be thankful for it. Treat her like the diamond that it is, right? I always look back, I always think that any woman who has spent time with myself, you know, they came out better for it. They learned a lot of game, you know what I'm saying? They got smarter, right? They learned things that they didn't know before, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I take pride in that. Right? I don't check in on anything in the past, but from whenever word gets back to me, everybody's doing well, right? And I feel like I played a part in that motherfucker. Right? But because of me. But you know, because you know, women, they're just great, right? Todos tienen su parte bonita. They all have their beautiful touches, and just, you know, there's nothing like a woman, right? There's nothing like a woman to bring you balance, to just bring another energy, man. It's just, they're just the best, right? They're just, you know. They're in actions, they're strong in different ways that you aren't, right? And they open different doors, right? They also open up connections and opportunities, right? Burning bridges is always bad. You always want to be remembered not only by your ex-ladies, but the people around them, their family. You know, we all have, you know, people that we, you know, you were together a long time, and then you end up meet the whole family, and it's kind of, you look back at it, it was all ridiculous. You ended up taking all these international trips and stuff with somebody that you're never gonna be with.
Yeah,
like, yes, it's actually all stupid, right? People try to live too fast, right? But all those people, they're still going to remember you. You should always leave a good impression, right? You should always make them feel like making sure that they all ask, hey, whatever happened to that one fool? Dog used to hang.
He was cool.
Hey, ¿qué pasó con buena onda? Guapo. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like more than that, treat them right? Treat them well, right? Because like I said, they're just great. Like one thing, my pops is testament. We have a big family. We all get along because everybody likes my dad, right? He's just a likable guy. It's always, you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, right? Love them, treat them right. The time they spend with you, if it ever finishes, they finish. When things are over, they're over. But there's no need to be any animosity, right? There should only be good memories, right? So the time that you do spend with them, right, one at a time, but love them. All right,
one at a time.
And you know what? This real quick. Hey. This doesn't apply to every woman, okay? Every lady ain't my hoe and every hoe ain't my bitch. Like Pimp C said, right? That's right. Know the ones that deserve this. Not every girl out there deserves this kind of treatment, but the ones that do. Definitely. Treat them right.
Go all out, right?
Trátenlas bien, ámenlas, okay? Only good things can happen.
Yeah.
All right. What you guys think, huh?
No, you're right, man.
I agree, man.
Because at the end of the day, it's like I've seen it happen. It's like, we could do the dirt, and then as soon as they do it, it's like we're like, oh my god.
Oh no, that's the worst. Oh yeah, dog. It's different.
So they're fucking strong. At the end of the day, they're really strong. They can handle a lot of shit.
They can.
They can help you out more than you know what I mean.
Than
you
a
want
dude.
them on your side more than you want
they
them
bring a
against
balance.
you.
I think going back to the child thing, before we get that kid, right? Find that perfect woman for yourself.
100%.
Right.
That's the key to it, dog.
Then you grow, and I'm sure you get balance to each other.
Right. That's what it has to be. But life is life, and it goes all different types of fucking.
Shout out to all the listeners out there.
Yeah, man.
Everybody watching us, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. For checking in the chat. Okay, so that's that one for the week. Okay, I'm sus mujeres. Okay, and the other last segment before we go to the break, man. The overall lowering of standards that is happening in our society that I must comment on.
Oh.
So today I'm gonna comment on something, man, that's happening. This actually has to do with us, man, because we're in the rap game, right? I'm gonna touch on this lightly right now, but it's the whole thing going on with Young Thug, right?
Man.
And who was the other guy? Casanova 2 times,
Cool
right?
cat, man.
These are Hank's been in the studio with these cats, right?
Been in the studio with
who? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Fucking
Young Thug, all right,
Yeah.
dog. Hank is big time. He's trying to be shy, dog.
Trying to be modest.
Trying to be modest, dog. But okay, we've seen this movie before, gentlemen. Okay, all you rapper fools, dog. Like, dude, there's no privacy, dog. Why do you do things on the phone? Why are you doing things online? Why are you? It's easy. It's easy. You give yourselves away. Okay, don't. There's no privacy, especially in the life that you live. Everything that you do, everything is recorded. The thing is that it keeps happening over, and these are two of the latest, right?
Right.
But it's just so stupid, dude. There's also no loyalty, dog.
Nope.
Look, then all these fake ass people, all these they're all flipping. They're all gonna, dude. The streets, it's over, dog. That generation, dog. That whole street culture, dog. It's over, bro. Them court cases, dog. Them Ricos, they're coming to get you, dog.
They're coming hard.
They're coming to get you, dog. And somebody's gonna go down. Do you want to spend the rest of your life, dog? Think about it. Now, I'm not that. Once again, I'm not saying that it's okay to snitch. I'm saying just don't do stupid shit. Don't get into stupid especially when you have an opportunity to get a giant bag like they do.
Like they have. Yeah.
They have, okay. Yeah. They have opportunity. Casanova, dude, he had a beautiful lady. You could tell he was loving his life, and now you're gone, dog, in jail with stinky, hairy men. Okay, they worried about your life, doing stupid shit, while everybody else is gonna be out here living. You're giving up your whole freedom.
But do you think this is an attack? I mean, how do you see this?
No, it's just slipping. They got caught slipping.
What do you mean an attack?
Well, because I heard the defense. One of I forgot who they asked, but they were out questioning someone, and they asked an attorney, and he said it would be no different than a Quentin Tarantino movie, right? Doing some mafia shit on.
No, well, I'm not saying that what you talk about in your lyric. Your lyrics
giving
they
use
away.
That against you.
Yeah, I mean, but they have way more than the lyrics.
Right.
When they come with it's not just about
the lyrics.
It's not
the lyrics are like the cherry on top.
Yeah, cherry on top.
Yeah.
They have pictures. They have text.
Yeah,
they have you down, dog. You're going down, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing is, like, dog, you're the rappers. You're supposed to tell the street tale. They're street dudes, and the rappers tell the street tales.
Right.
Okay,
right.
we got mixed into that, and then also you're supposed to be the drug dealers, not the drug users. Now we got the drug users telling on themselves about the stupid street tales that they weren't even in the streets. They only get in the streets after they're on after they get on. Now they want to be on the streets. Now they want to act street, right? Or even like Aaron Hernandez, right? Another fool that just people you get caught up in this stupid ass life of social media and trying to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real, be really rich. Be real that way. I'm really successful.
No, I think to me, success now is legit shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
legit.
No, you don't got to bring none of that excess shit into your new life because, like, as of this situation today, I really heard of. I be on shit listening and everything, right? And I heard the same shit that got them fucking all booked. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, that now sounds really stupid because, like, we're really seeing more than once now what the fuck happens when you're really telling it how it is.
Right.
And you know what I mean? When you bring it and when you're mixing music and like business and drugs and illegal shit, like it just doesn't make sense.
And then it's like choose your battle. Like why, dude? Like if you have something dope going on, why are you gonna ruin your whole life for something small or some like you're gonna ruin your? Or even that happened recently too. Somebody just rapped some other fool. Trouble got blasted too, right?
Like somebody's mom
over
just got
some woman.
smoked.
Like people just like, dude, you're gonna ruin your whole life for some stupid loser. Sometimes people disrespect when you're moving so big, dog. You gotta let some stuff go, dog. Like everything ain't you're gonna come back and save the hood and fix every hood argument or or just little argument that you're fucking up the big bag,
I've been in those situations, dog, and it's like the feeling you get is like the fucking. It's like, oh shit, I'm doing
pride.
So fucking good, I'm untouchable. But like
not.
the cops will literally wait because I'm telling you from experience, nigga. Like they will wait till you fucking just like so comfortable, and then bam, like they'll hit you, dog. That's when you're and your whole life will flash
in your underwear.
At 4 in your
everybody's
your
face will flash in your fucking mind and be like, I fucked up. Only act of God can save you.
Yep, because you're always thinking, my man, at least today I should have left today, and then you're like, fuck, once it's too late, dog, it's too late. Dog.
Everything comes into play. Yeah. Exactly.
And then you know what sucks is the label Kevin Lyle's been out there. They're like, you know what? They're all like, they can't wait. They're gonna get them out. They're gonna make more money off of them. Dog. They don't care. Nobody cares. Look, dog. The music game and all that stuff. Young black men, young Hispanic men. Now they don't give a care about you, dog. Unless you selling, dog. Exactly. Nobody gives a damn, dog. Look out for you. Make good decisions. Hollywood is a snake town. Okay, they will suck the blood out of you until you don't mean nothing to them, dog. Your estate might be worth more to them than you alive, dog. Yeah. So make good decisions, young black and Hispanic men. Okay, especially if you're in a position to win like those gentlemen. Don't let people go. You can't save everybody. Okay, I wish you can, but you got to show them how to do it in the beginning. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back. Last half hour. So peace.
Can't lie, no.
Mingle, a 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. It's by me, Chanel, co-host of Brunch with Besties show. You can purchase your journal right now on Amazon by typing in single and not quite ready to mingle. Now is the time to do the work. I'm rooting for you. Go ahead and purchase your journal now. Single and not quite ready to mingle, a 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. Are you ready?
What's up? It's your girl Gina Views. Make sure you are tuned in to Ladies Night every Friday at 7:30.
Hey everybody, this is Mala Munoz, creator and host of Marihuanera, a podcast for potheads. Make sure that you tune in to Ladies Night Radio at TGN Latinx.
What's up? It's Brandon from the Primos Chidos radio show. Are you tired of filthy, lowbrow, scummy entertainment? Well, I don't have the solution for you. Check out the Primos Chidos radio show, live Thursdays at 12 on TGN Latinx.
Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The Podcast Pit is coming.
The Podcast Pit is coming.
Wozy, it's Deshaun Showtime Watkins, and you can tune in to Compton Mania Monday nights, 9 o'clock on TGN. Wozy.
Only on TGN Sports. Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The podcast pit is coming. The podcast
pit is coming.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Sharique LeMay, and make sure you are checking out Limelight Live Show on TGN Talk, 7 p.m. every single Thursday. That's right, we're talking creative news and reviews and the best of it. Catch us then.
Hey everyone, it's the Primos Chidos.
Hopefully you're enjoying this show, but if it sucks, be sure to check out our show, live Thursdays at 12.
Yeah, join me and my sister and basically my brother as we discuss everything from immigration to ejaculation.
If that sounds interesting, then we're the show for you.
Warning, the following podcast features discussion of sensitive topics, graphic content, and uncensored stupidity. Unless otherwise stated, the featured content is not discussed by professionals or experts. TGN and the Primos Chidos. Warning, the following podcast features discussion of sensitive topics, graphic content, and uncensored stupidity. Unless otherwise stated, the featured content is not discussed by professionals or experts. TGN and the Primos Chidos. Warning, the following
Yeah, boy, we back. The final half hour. What's cracking, everybody? Czaleo Knows It All. How's everybody feeling, man? Put my voice down a little bit. My bad. Yo. Okay, I estamos. Look, hey, let's go, man. Let's get high. Let's get pumped. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We got a great show. We're going to finish it off strong like we always do, man. All right, let me see here, man. We're gonna get into the new segments that have been pretty popular, man. The Hollywood Tales. Have you guys had a chance to check them out, man? Who we had? We had the policewoman Stephanie Lazarus. Then we had Hank Gathers, right? Hank Gathers was an interesting story, man. Today I'm gonna tell another interesting story about an LA person that not everybody might know about, but those who do know about it, man. He was a legendary local rapper that didn't get his time to shine. His name is, where's my guy at, my dude at? His name was B Brazy. Okay, B Brazy. If you know about B Brazy, you are an OG in these streets for sure, right? Because you gotta be an OG to know about them Damu riders, right? So let me tell you about why I chose B Brazy, man, and who he was exactly, man. So B Brazy was a rapper in the early 90s, right? B Brazy was from the Denver Lane Bloods. I thought he was from Crenshaw Mafia, but I've been doing some more research, and he was from the Denver Lanes, right? But back in those days, the Bloods used to be really united, right? There was they were all like, and they all used to kick it together, right? And I always remember that one time when I was coming out of Crozier Junior High, one time me and my friends, some kids came out of nowhere. They just came, like, they hit us up, but they were trying to sell us a CD, but they were like, hey, Bloods and Crips, blanging on wax. Like, I was like, oh, like, buy our CD. I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck it, just don't gangbang on me, dog. I was like, sure thing. I took it home, dog, right? I was scared as fuck. Like, their selling technique is, I've never seen this technique.
They banged on you.
You know what I'm saying? So but he was part of it, right? And here's the thing, man. You know, can we get a Phantom Hot in here, dog?
Got you.
So the reason he caught my eye, man, and one thing that I want to say, I think I talked about this with Hack before, dog, is that he was like an early blood rapper, dog. And this is one, maybe I have a bias, right? Because I grew up in Inglewood, Long Beach. You know, my boy Ace is from Long Beach. He has a, you tend to like lean towards one color, right? Even though you're not from it, right? But I've always thought that, especially back in the days, man, like before game and all that, man, there was no blood rappers. It was always like a Crip game, right?
No, it was Crips.
And it was always like, there's always been way more Crips. Like the Crips were always much bigger. Like in the last years, the Bloods got bigger, right? But there was a time when they were really small.
I would say right around the time when Mac 10 dropped.
Yeah, right. But before that, I remember, this is as an outsider looking in. As a kid, I always thought that to put on that bread was bravery.
Dangerous.
Like, it just stood out, dog, right? And he was one of those fools, dog. Like he was like gaming them early, dog. He was gonna be the first like blood rap star, dog, because he just had swag, dog. He was like a natural leader, bro. Like he stood out in those mixtapes. He became part of those mixtapes. He was starting to do little songs with like Mac 10. Like there was some like DJ Quick, he was up, but they wouldn't really put it out there. But Brazy was gonna be it, dog. He had a little underground CD called the Braziac. And just anybody who knows about it, like it was out there, right? If you listen to it now, you know it needs some work, right? But he was the one that stood out from all the tracks, dog, right?
At the time.
So and then he would be on videos, and just the way he spoke, dog, he was just like a winner, dog. And one thing that was dope about him, he was like loyal. He always put the hood first. Like you could always tell. He just had like thoughts that he was almost like Nipsey Hussle, dog. He thought about getting. He was like, man, I don't want to be no old gangster. He's like, I'm trying to get out this game. I'm trying to get $1 million.
Right.
Like he was all about money. He understood that at the end of the day, everything is about money, right? So another reason I always remember, because he actually ended up. So let me tell you about his unfortunate demise. So B Brazy died in the city of Inglewood. He actually died right there off of Manchester. And I don't know if it's Hendry or the one before. I think shout out to the Hendry block, to my boy Diego and everybody on the Hendry block, my boy Dennis Edson, everybody out there. I used to hang out there. So it's by the airport. This is no name. So so let me tell you about him first. So he got set up by what? By a woman, right? I see her hermanito Carolina. Hey, what's up? Right? So I can mala, but esta no, una son malas. I told you not all of them. Esta es una vieja mala, a bad woman, a devil woman. He got set up, man, because he had money. Like he would really floss, dog. You know, he was getting big. So they said they had beef with some Hispanic gang. I don't know which one in their neighborhood, dog. So he got into a hotel room. Next thing you know, they ambushed him, dog. He tried to run out. They shot him. He died. He died right there in Inglewood. So that's why I remember at the time it was like it was like something that happened, right? And it's just funny things that just stay in your mind, you know. So he passed away, and then it was right there. So back that neighborhood when I was a kid, there was a whole neighborhood back there. It was like a whole bunch of houses, and little by little it became less and less houses because they do more and more airport stuff. Even now it's been more. And it was funny because my boy Hendry Black, they were like my boy Diego. He grew up in the last apartment building in the whole fucking section. Like it was the last of the last of the last. We used to go there and have really good times. But that hotel was near there. It's heard where everything is going down, and that's where he passed away, man. So. Be Bravey is somebody that left a legacy, right? He's somebody that any game anybody who's a blood or affiliated with that who does music, they know who B Brazy is. And if you ever have a chance, check out his music, right? Check out his videos, man. Cause like he was down for his hood. He was a gangster, right? But what he said, he had a lot of knowledge. You could tell that he was somebody that he got it and he was trying to get out, you know. Right. He was an early victim of all these. There's a lot of rappers that die these days, man. You know, shout out to people trying to get out the hood. Like he was gonna be somebody, man. You know, and it's like, you know what? He was one of those things. He reminded me of like Cousin Harold from Menace Society. Yeah, like, you know, he was a real G, fat pocket, beamer. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who he was apparently, right? And then, you know what? He was what's the word I'm looking for? He was what's the word I'm looking for? Like a natural star. What's the word I'm looking for? He was just like a born star, dog. Like he had that star quality. Yeah, you know. Yeah, charisma. He had that charisma, dog. You know, he was that's the word. There's a word I'm looking for, man. But he had it. He had that. He had it. He had it. The it. He had that it factor, you know. The it factor. So you know, it was when he passed away, it was a big deal. But more than anything, after he passed away, his legacy lived on, man. So shout out to everybody who died in those 90s and the 80s, man. Battles, a lot of ignorance. We lost a lot of good people, man. A lot of soldiers, man. A lot of people who really down for the stuff. You remember a guy named Billboard? Remember Billboard was gonna come out with Game from Compton? He was a dope rapper too.
Billboard. That's a dope ass.
Yeah, it was dope. That is dope. I remember Billboard. Yeah, he had a couple of songs with him, man. There's a lot of dudes who, you know. So just shout out to everybody who got lost to violence and ignorance, man, and the gangster days. Man.
In those days, I can imagine.
You know, we're still going out there for sure, man. But you know, sad stuff, man. So rest in peace, B Brazy. Long may he live, man. And it's just a little funny LA tale in this town.
Why, I think your overall plan at the end of the day has to kind of have you out this fucking shit. You know what I mean? You got to see yourself out this shit, because if you're not planning for that, then really it's not really.
You're gonna end up stuck in it. Yeah, somebody's gonna get you, man. You know, I forgot
to give him a shout out, my boy Chuck, my sister Carolina,
all right,
you know, Ace out there listening, Choco.
Thank you guys,
everybody, man, the whole fam.
All right, shout out
Jocelyn, everybody out there.
All right, a la familia. Shout out to all the Doreños peoples. All right, thank you guys for tuning in, man. So that was the California tale for the week. All right, so now we're actually gonna get to know my boy here. We got a guest here today. We're gonna ask him a couple of questions to see. At the radio. Now, what you all about, homie?
All right. Those are them beats.
All right, dog. Doreños. Doreño. So where does that name come from? Why they call you Doreño?
You know what? It actually is pretty simple. I never really gave it too much thought. It was like Salvadoreño. I'm from El Salvador. Put two and two together, like blam, you know.
There you go, Salvadoreño.
Yeah, it sounds good. So if you know, you know.
Okay, that makes sense, big dog. All right. Now, the question of all questions.
What is it?
Did we land on the moon?
I believe we have to have landed on the moon, because you know what? Like, dude, I've seen some shit. I've seen personally shit that it sounds stupid, but and then I'm into the big UFO community. Like, I really like shit because I want to believe in something bigger than what the fuck we got to deal with on a day-to-day basis out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at the end of the day, like, the way my mind is like I'm always kind of progressing, right? So if you're a scientist and somebody that's really looking on some technological level, really to move forward. It's like you have to kind of be there already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, how come we haven't gone back?
Well, that's what they tell you, right? I think we.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't really believe that we have. It'd be stupid if we haven't. You know, there's always like
that we have gone back. They just don't tell us.
They're not gonna tell us from now on. There's been a point where like after like they smoked JFK and shit, like you know, they don't want to really tell you much because they don't want to really involve you because they want to have all the control. Like I could go deep in this shit, right?
Okay.
You know, but it's like even when you that's why I
You know
really like when you talk about Atlantis, it all ties in together at the end of the day. Right?
Yeah, man. There's a story out there that there's a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah,
man.
there's a lot of stuff going on in this.
Eyes
It's,
open.
it's bigger than all of us, right? And it's really, if you really look at yourself, it's like really a fucking speck on the whole timeline of this whole existence and shit. So that's how I feel about
LA Galaxy or LAFC?
LAFC, really.
Boo!
What happened, LA Galaxy though?
Boo! Oh, man, you know what? We got that. That's like, all right. Daughter's LAFC. Hipster, man. Out of towner, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it really is. Because you know, I look at it from an actual perspective, right? So, am I taking cheap shots? Am I taking cheap shots right now? My bad.
The Maple Leafs, dog. You the Maple Leafs or the Winnipeg Jets?
The Maple Leafs, dog.
There we go, baby. Shout out to the Maple Leafs. All right, dog.
I actually am a hockey. I like hockey.
The hockey's dope.
I can skate like a motherfucker.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can skate,
bro. I can skate. Yeah. That's what nobody really knows.
Did you play hockey back in Canada?
I know how to play hockey.
You know play hockey?
Yeah.
It's very common out there. Like you just everybody, you gotta play.
No, it's like a pastime because winter does come, and you know nobody wants to be stuck in the fucking house. So,
so you gonna learn something.
You know, you skating. You gotta learn how to play hockey.
Learn to play with snow.
Yeah, you gotta know, man. You gotta know.
Where you from, fool? Where would you say?
Okay, look.
You are
now it's
from?
kind of crazy because I've been out here for past like 13 years.
Ya tenemos un rato acá, papá.
Yeah, I've been here. I've seen what it is.
Okay.
I'm born in El Salvador, raised out Canadian education. Like I went out to school out there. And
Smart,
I've been
huh?
out here. Yeah, I'm an intelligent.
You used to be a
motherfucker.
Mountie. You told me right. You were like,
Yeah, I was gonna be a prime minister. You know? Not at the end of the day, like really, that's what it is. I'm just I don't know, a mixture of everything because I didn't really stay too long in everywhere at every location, you know, because I'm really planning on leaving LA in a minute anyway. So,
oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to. I want to go back to El Salvador. The way they're portraying it now, like how it looks.
Right. Oh, it's dope. Dog.
You sent me that link last time. About them
bro.
dudes out there just living life. Like
it's the wave of the future.
It's really calling me now. So, and like you know, I got some people out there. I got people everywhere. Thank God. You know, I made good friends a lot of locations and stuff. So
yeah,
I think I can freely move around and do my thing and shit.
You picked up flavor from every place.
You know what? It really has. Yeah, it's like the best of all, not both worlds, because there's like 3 worlds I've really been involved in, right?
Right.
You know, till this point in my life. So I'm really just ready to fucking let this shit go, though, you know?
All right. We got
I'm sorry, go for it.
No,
you go for it.
We got our comment hater over here.
Oh.
Throwing some jokes.
I like
says Canadians believe anything.
Hey, that's why I believe when they told me you were dope, nigga. You know? I got a different.
Hey, Canadians, they do thought they're known for being really nice to you.
Nah, they'll let you think you believe. They're smart, though. They're just like they're not gonna entertain your shit.
There's nothing wrong with being nice.
They're not. They're not gonna entertain your bullshit. You know what I mean? Like whatever. That's what you feel about what you do and what you are. Whatever. No, let's do it. At the end of the day, let's keep it where it's at. You know, you go home and do your thing, even if it's a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so would you consider yourself a religious person?
Not anymore. I was really grown as a Jehovah's Witness. What I really like about them is more like they're really organized and shit, like on some type of mafia shit, really.
Right.
But what I've like after
I have a lot of shout out to all my cousins in Canada.
Mafia for
Jehovah's
God.
Witnesses.
Yeah, and I gotta give it to them. Like my mom's all 100%. Like hey, mañana la conmemoración de Jesucristo. Like she's in it for the right reasons, right? So just like it all depends. Religion, dog, it's all if you're in it for the right reasons, by all means. But then when you kind of understand the other side of things and how they run it, it's like, I'm more about manipulating like energies and shit. Like, the whole world is a frequency and energy, and you can manipulate it for good or bad. It doesn't discriminate. It all depends what you want to do and how you want to work it, right? So to me, religion is just like.
But do you believe in God or you just believe?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I definitely.
Okay.
Because there's certain things that just you gotta look at nature. Yeah. No, for him, I'll go to war, bro.
Right,
straight up, take me out. For him, I'll do anything because I know he's the only one that really. And God is like, it's a different. It's not an actual, it can be a being to you, but to me, it's all energy at the end of the day. Like he's something, like, you know what I mean? Like if you look at nature and how it's put together, it's really a certain energy and frequency that makes everything happen how it does, right? So
right.
God is there. God has to be there, right?
All right.
Yeah,
now, if you got to live your life all over again,
okay.
If God said you're gonna let you start from the beginning, I'm gonna give you 3 upgrades. What upgrades would you do to yourself, if any?
Upgrades. I don't know. Let me see. Upgrades as in is
or changes,
what?
or just
Changes?
anything, right?
I don't know,
would you
because
be
then it's like
different?
kind
Would
of
you
like
be blonde? Would you be?
I don't know if I would change anything because I'm still learning what the fuck I've been given. You know what I mean?
All time, man.
I don't know, because
answer.
once I master this, what I got going on now, then I can maybe make some changes. But as of now, like I still got to work on what I am and what I got. I wouldn't change shit really. Yeah.
All right, dog. It's an honest answer. You don't have to, man. That's dope, dog.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
man. Good for you,
It's
dog.
fucking. It's actually tough to,
I could have sworn you were gonna.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay, good shit, dog. Okay,
I
man.
could have sworn what? No, I know you
thought
were
you
gonna
were
say
gonna say because everybody said they want to be taller. Everybody, I mean, not that you're short, dog. But
I was
Hey,
waiting
you know
for
what
you
though?
to
It has to, hey, being this size hasn't hindered me yet.
Hey,
at the end of the day. So it's like I'm a
man.
beast at the end of the day. If I gotta do what I gotta do,
So could the message be like, hey, use what you God gave
use
you?
what God gave you, and until you can master what you got, then like really, then look forward and then
words.
look on something else you could teach, right?
Those are
Because
words.
at the end of the day, I have to teach my sons what I know about what I've learned with what I got, right? So like I look at their attributes and like I try to tell them like you know certain things about what you've been given, right? You got to analyze and then execute certain things, right? So he's 11, and I think I teach him too much, too young, but
Nah,
he
dog.
he grasped that shit.
Dog. Yeah, it'll
The 6-year, I let him be. I just let him be, and I enjoy him all the fucking bullshit he does. He can't do no wrong with me, So
have you ever been in a fight?
Man, dog, I've been in so many fights, too many fights, until I got my ass kicked for the first time. Is when I really like, okay, you know what, you gotta kind of analyze shit a little better. But I've had my ass kicked. I've kicked ass. Like it's all. It is what it is. I can hold my own, dog.
You got to do it, huh?
Yeah, you have to, dog.
Here in LA
Especially
too?
if you're a Saudi. Like you can't be a Saudi cat, like not know how to fucking.
No, pa
you know,
nada,
I
loco.
could beat the fuck, yeah. And I
Gotta
could
do
take a beating, like you know what I'm saying. If I have to.
I remember that I beat your ass that one. All right, dog.
man,
okay.
Couple of last comments coming in.
Oh, we got some comments.
That was a great question. I think it was a previous question for God. And then the shout out. Looks like
Carlos Pineda, yeah.
Well, let's say, shout out to my hermano Doreño, my boy Hank, and the whole team.
What up?
Good looking out, Chuck. What's up?
What's up,
Chuck,
Carlos?
Chuck, that's my dog. Right
Chuck,
there.
what's up, Chuck?
Yeah, TGN, like next check it in. Say
Carolina, hey, Carolina, what's up, Caro?
Carolina,
thank you for
what's
tuning
up?
in.
Great
Love you,
listen.
sis.
Thank you. All right,
Ace
good
Tuesday,
stuff, man.
of course.
Ace Tuesday.
Always checking in with us. Thank you, Ace.
We have you
Appreciate
up here
man.
pretty soon, fool. We're gonna have you up here
man.
doing our thing,
Hey,
man.
It's a good show, dog. I
All
really
right.
like what you're doing out here, dog.
Yeah, do you? All right,
Yeah.
dope, man. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna involve
Thank
myself
you.
now.
La Suprema. Remember, everybody, South Central America, world rap, the greatest rap collective of all time, with Ace being sometimes too. So
Hey, we
check our
sprinkle
shit
Ace
out.
on.
This us right here, right? South Central America.
Shout out to
Okay,
Rod,
if you couple of last,
Choco,
oh yeah,
Robbie.
that's
How
right, the
many
whole
fucking
squad.
people we know, man?
Main Beats Bang.
Main, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Couple of last couple of questions. Are you are you an athlete? Were you athletic?
Yeah, I could ball. I could ball, dog. Lately, you know what? I could ball.
You can ball. I seen you ball.
I'm a beast. But now, like, I haven't done it in a minute, so it's like I gotta learn how to stretch. So, because last time I tried it, I was going all in, and then bam, I just tore a ligament, or like a fucking muscle.
No, you gotta
so it's
get
like,
your stretch
man,
in, bro.
you gotta understand where you're at in life too. Like right now, I gotta stretch a little more, kind of warm up and shit. So, yeah, but I can run, dog. I'm an athlete. I used to play basketball, baseball, whatever the fuck you throw me in, dog. I'm always good at whatever I do, dog. Straight up. For like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what's up. You apply yourself.
Yeah.
You're
I really
capable.
study shit,
You're
and
capable.
I don't like looking corny and shit. So.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
What's your day when you're not making Grammy Award winning hits? What's your day job?
I'm an electrician, by the way. Yeah, I could wire up
By trade.
By trade.
Bicho fino, mira.
I studied that. I went to school for that.
That's awesome.
And it's the job I could do that I could do it daily for like a
Take pride in it.
day after day, and it's like it's always something new, and I don't get bored of it because I've done all types. I've done like as you're growing up, you get money. I've always liked money, right? So I would telemarketing because they pay good, but at the end of the day, it wasn't me because at the end of the day, I don't want to be talking to fucking people. I'm like an addict. Like I'll take people's energy on, and like you know what? Like now I gotta fucking figure out what to do with it, right? So I like to stay on my own and shit. That's a job I could do just me, or maybe bring a helper or two and shit.
Good stuff, man. A man that knows a trade is always somebody who's useful, man.
Construct, electrical is a good trade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good trade.
Other than that, shit. But
pretty dope.
All my uncles, plumbers, drywallers, I could do all that shit
Everything,
too if I got to. Yeah.
Put a house together.
But I only tell people I do electrical because I'm.
You don't want
to jack of all trades is a master of none. So you gotta focus on that. Focus on your shit.
That's
focus
right,
on
man.
what you want to do.
Master of none. Bye.
Cool.
All right, man. It's our boy Dore. Give it up. Got to know our boy Doreño. All right, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, guys. So unfortunately, we're coming towards the end of our show, right? We got the last couple of minutes, but we're going to take time right now to do some recap and miscellaneous. What I like to do here is kind of maybe there's something that we wanted to talk about on the subjects we brought up that we forgot to talk about or wanted to add. I know that I had written some down earlier. Does anybody have something that they wanted to bring up about the stuff we talked about?
You covered a lot of stuff.
You touched a lot of ground.
You go through point to point to point. You're pretty quick at that shit.
One thing I forgot to bring up.
How much time we got?
We got about 7 minutes. So in this segment, we got about 4 to 5 minutes. I'll let you go. Oh wait, now everybody knows the magic. I'm sorry. Then we just break the fourth wall. I'm sorry. This is a regular show.
The fourth wall.
We follow regular time here. Okay.
Hey,
I know we make it look so easy, but
shout out to TGN.
There's there's 15 people here with clocks and
you know what? Let's talk. Let's
studio.
mention something about Choco was supposed to. My boy Choco was supposed
That's right. Choco was supposed to.
He's a producer. He works with a lot of artists.
Firehouse music.
He's someone that's really brought the best out of me. Just because I'm a hard-headed motherfucker, and he's like someone like he's got just like how we talk about Hank having the patience he has to deal with us too.
Right.
Same thing with Choco, man. Choco has patience, and he has the vision in his head.
Man. Shout out to our
I wish
brother.
he could have been here today, but next time,
For sure.
Hopefully, you feel better tonight, though.
Absolutely.
Dope, man. Yeah. Dope, man. You know what? I wanted to bring up something on the news that I forgot to bring up. I feel like there's a wave changing right now. There's a couple things going on. I feel like the woke, there's like a shift. I feel like the wokes are getting a lot of pushback. You guys hear about the Tampa Bay? The Tampa Bay guys, they didn't want to put on the rainbow thing, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. They kind of pushed back. They said that they didn't want to do that.
That's just corny, man.
Right?
Wait,
does
that make sense to you?
Man. That shit's corny, man.
Well, there was something else that happened too. What else was it?
No one cares, man. I don't care.
No, but
it's fine.
think,
but the thing is just like where you have to, but just
when it's being presented at that stage.
Like in the movie Top Gun. The movie Top Gun had like no woke messaging whatsoever, right? They didn't cater to China, right? Which is dope. We find movies that finally stopped catering to China, right? They're actually making things that make like America. There's like, and they just said fuck. And even the Marvel movies too. The Marvel movies, the Spider-Man one, they also didn't like China didn't pay because they wanted to take away the seat of Marvel. Say fuck you, right? And also Doctor Strange. I feel like there's a little bit of pushback going on. Even the NBA when they came out, they were everybody was doing good. Then they got to the finals, they started doing the woke shit again, and everybody was like. I feel like there's a shifting there. I feel like there's like some different energy going on. Does anybody else feel that they're seeing it?
I honestly, maybe because I've always
like from the people in the middle, like the people who are in the middle. Like I feel more than people in the middle are starting to see, like, you know what, they're like going a little too far with this stuff.
With the woke shit?
Yeah, with like all the extras.
You can't you can go extreme. Like there's it could be too much of a good thing also, right? Like you gotta know, you gotta balance even the woke shit.
Yeah, like racial justice and all that is good, but they've done too much. Like they've gone too far, and I feel like now there's finally being like everybody was just like scared, like they're gonna cancel you. Like everybody's like, yeah, the hell with that. The people are like, I don't care about being canceled. I went to go see a comedy show. Remember that guy we saw, Chris D'Elia?
Yeah,
he's coming back from being canceled too, right? I feel like there's
that whole cancel shit is cancel culture shit is kind
of
go
too, man.
Pepe Le Pew gone, like shit like I grew up on, you know what I mean?
All that crazy.
I think a big thing why the shift is the inflation. A lot of people are like,
they're starting to
reality
hit.
I don't have time for work
sense.
things. Like I need my gas lower.
Yeah.
In a way, that's right. In a way, I feel like the last thing, like maybe the guy was supposed to win because now people will finally see how these people are so damn incompetent, dog.
Yeah.
But these people are so evil. They're so useless. They have no plans. And you know what? You guys, everybody got tricked into thinking the other guy was he's just a regular. He wasn't as bad as he wasn't the best person in the world. He's just a regular guy. And you guys now DJ season 45. compared to what we have today, this was looking like Kennedy, Washington, Lincoln all wrapped into one compared to what we have now, right? I'm not telling you he was. Like, I saw this thing about this old Dave Chappelle, like, where they're talking about how terrible Trump, like, all those things have aged terribly. If you look at people who are criticizing Trump, but now to the current what we have today, they all look like people were like, Donald Trump is so dumb. People in the world don't like it. Like, it all looks so stupid now compared to where we are today. Right. You know, it's amazing.
I think we were better off. I was gonna say that what I've noticed is that a lot of the people that were hating all of a sudden now are like sitting back, like,
you know what? Like, it's
maybe
good.
I went a little overboard.
Do it. It's okay. Like I said before, hey, if you're good, it's okay to change. And we'll accept you. I won't laugh at you. I won't tell you I told you so. I'll give you a big ass hug. Come over to the correct side, man. Get away from these people.
People gotta just research a little more, dog, instead of just jumping on a bandwagon that everybody, you know, like really fucking have pride in your own decision making and shit.
I got a couple last comments. See,
who we got?
What is it?
Question for R. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years? From Chuck. Chuck's asking questions.
All right. In 5 years?
I'm a big ass billboard of 405. It says Czaleo Knows It All every day. You know what I'm saying? On freaking
in 5 years
on ABC, Fox, and Twitter all at once in the future.
But in 5 years,
Neta.
we really gotta be living off of like this whole you used to be an electrician type. That's what I what I mean?
Man.
We gotta be living off of what we love to do. Just like
La
just
Suprema,
like
the biggest
else.
rap label out of LA. Hank got four Grammys. Dore got 6 Grammys. I got 10. I got an Oscar. A couple of movies down. You know what I'm saying? See my 2 sons about #1 high school recruits coming out of California for baseball and soccer. And that's where I see myself in 5 years. Nothing but good things. My family surrounded.
5 years.
Nothing but excellence.
5 years, I want to see your kids running around in here like running shit too.
Yeah, they're running the program.
The good news is gonna be at some high
good
tower,
news. Yeah, the good news. Yeah,
some high.
We took over MTV, over CNN. The good news radio.
Over
That's right,
CNN,
baby.
Right.
Just the mailing address.
Great question, guys. Great question. Okay, last minute, guys. So just shout outs to everybody, man. Thank you for the questions, man. Dora, thank you for coming through, man. We really enjoyed. Matthew's gonna be here. Actually, take a vacation, so you guys will see him. Oh, hey, I need promo people. I need if you have ideas of how I can monetize this, I need people to help me do ads and clips of the show afterwards. Right. Hit me up with your resumes. Email me. Hit me up on Czaleo Knows It All, my Instagram, IG. I need people to help me with this show to get it going because I think we got a good thing going.
You do.
Peace and love to everybody out there. Shout out to my cousin Monica. She does life insurance. Hit me up if you need life insurance. My bro Mark and Robert doing realty with EXP. Hit me up if you need somebody to help you find a house. I got people that'll help you close your mortgage. Thank you to all my fellas right here. Heck and Dore. La Suprema lives. Czaleo Knows It All, man. We'll catch you next week.
Cause I'm gassing, always been
That's right, boy. Main beast bang.
Been a shooter, he always ballin' ball. That's why they wanna neuter me. Chewing DC paper fluently, had hundreds on mine. School records full of truancy. I had to